again. And it's quite hard just to, when you look back at the fight, as a fighter, I was ready to continue, and there was at no point where
I would say 10 million.
10 million?
Yeah. I would say 10 million.
So some of the guys that are still fighting, it's purely a money thing.
Joseph Parker opens up on Fabio Wardley loss on the Ariel Helwani show, and this time he doesn't just sound defeated, he sounds exposed. The way he danced around his words, you could feel the truth slipping out. Parker practically admits it, he took the fight for the money, not the glory. That quiet tone, those hesitations, it was the sound of a man selling excuses, not chasing legacy.
I guess in terms of, I'm from a small place in New Zealand, New Zealand, Samoa, I'm from that side of the world, and the fighters on this side of the world get more of a following, more attention, and maybe that could have been another reason why, probably bigger money fighting someone else.
Eddie Hearn didn't hold back, calling out Parker's financial downfall in front of everyone. It's brutal, but true. For a man once seen as a world champion, hearing that he was broke just years ago paints a grim picture. Fans are starting to believe Parker's loss wasn't about tactics or skill, it was survival. The hunger wasn't for victory, it was for another payday, and Hearn's words cut straight through that fake pride.
The money that was generated in his career, the reality is probably 5 years ago, he was out of money.
Yeah.
I mean, he's actually had a good run now doing various bits and pieces. But how can you make hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars?
Billy Nelson confirms what fans were already thinking: Parker's heart wasn't in the ring. His wallet was. The moment a boxer starts chasing paydays instead of pride, the fight's already lost. Nelson's words seal it. Parker didn't fight for legacy, he fought for a check, and it showed every second of that night.
He's in it to make as much money as he can. He got an opportunity of a vast sum of money, and he took it. And by the way, he hurt Joseph Parker a few times in the fight.
Even Johnny Nelson couldn't stay quiet after hearing all this. Johnny Nelson's words cut deep. It's like he's telling Parker to face reality. The truth is simple. A fighter who fights for money, not meaning, is already finished. Parker's pride won't let him admit it, but the boxing world sees through the act. This isn't strategy, it's denial, right?
But when you've lost to someone and you're talking about, I'm going to fight somebody else, but I really beat him, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. If you think you beat the guy that beat you in your last fight, he's the man you're chasing.
Dan Rafael tries to soften the blow, but his words only make Parker look worse. He wasn't hurt, just exhausted, drained, defeated, and mentally checked out. That's not hard. That's a man who quit without saying it. Fabio Wardley's pressure exposed everything Parker had left, and it wasn't much.
And just because Fabio Wardley threw a million punches, he didn't land a lot of those punches. And I have made the point, a few times on my own podcast since that fight has happened. While Joseph Parker was absolutely tired and gassed out to a degree, he, in my opinion, was not hurt.
Duke McKenzie didn't hold back. Parker didn't just lose, he handed it away. Poor tactics, zero urgency, and a complete lack of self-belief. While Fabio Wardley fought like a man on a mission, Parker looked like a veteran counting down rounds. It wasn't the power that beat him, it was his own weak mindset.
Parker, for me, the only thing that disappointed me about Parker was he threw it away. Because tactically, got his tactics all wrong. I know in heavyweight boxing, all heavyweights hit hard, but Fabio Wardley's on a great run of knockouts, right? Just knocking everyone out. Anybody put in front of me, but
Carl Frocke's breakdown says it all. Parker looked solid early, but when the real test came, he folded. Up on the cards or not, one clean shot from Fabio Wardley flipped the script. The moment Parker felt that power, his confidence vanished. It wasn't skill that failed him, it was belief.
Round 4, I give it to Parker. Round 5, 6, 7, I think Parker on my card up until the 10th round was ahead. I think it was 6-4 going into the 11th, but the 11th we'll get to in a minute. But round 10, Fabio Wardley landed a big shot on Parker, caught him, hurt.
Eddie Hearn's words came with that promoter's calm tone, but the meaning hit hard. A close fight is code for a performance that never convinced anyone. Parker didn't dominate, he survived. Fabio Wardley made him uncomfortable from bell to bell, and Hearn's ringside view exposed the truth Parker was hanging on, not fighting back.
Just my opinion, I've got no horse in the race. It's like there's no agenda for me. I'm just telling you what I saw and felt at ringside, which was a very close fight.
Dave Allen might have given Parker credit, but even his tone carried doubt. Saying Parker boxed well feels generous when he barely held on against a relentless Fabio Wardley. If Parker truly believed he was ahead, that's the problem: overconfidence without conviction. Fabio fought to win, Parker fought to survive, and that difference defined the outcome.
I was really well. I thought Parker at the time of the stoppage, I think Parker was up. I thought Parker was winning. I wouldn't say comfortably. I thought Parker was maybe 2, 3, 4.
Adam Smith's calm words only highlight the chaos surrounding Joseph Parker. He tries to play it off as just boxing, but everyone can see what's really going on. Parker isn't just in the middle of controversy, he's using it. Every headline, every heated moment, it's all part of his desperate attempt to stay relevant after that humiliating loss. Once a respected world champion, now a man clinging to drama for attention. Fans can sense it. The hunger for legacy is gone, replaced by a chase for noise. In the fight business, controversy sells, and Parker seems to know that better than anyone.
Twice as big for the casual fans. Do we condone it? I mean, in boxing terms, should that happen at a head-to-head? Of course not, but these things do happen. This is the fight business, and it's just made it even bigger, and we wait to see what happens next.
And then Derek Chisora, a man who's been in those trenches, gave his brutally honest take. Derek Chisora's reaction carried that mix of respect and disappointment. You could hear it in his voice. He felt sorry for Parker. Getting caught on the temple might explain the fall, but it doesn't excuse the performance. Chisora knows what heart looks like inside the ring, and Parker didn't show it. There's sympathy, but also disbelief. How can a former world champion crumble like that? For all his experience, Parker looked lost, out of rhythm, and completely unprepared. Never boxed a southpaw before. Sounds more like an excuse than a reason. Chisora's honesty hit home. Parker's time at the top might truly be over.
Hey, listen, you got caught the head on the temple, and then after that it was a long night for him. I'm a bit sad because I didn't want him to go out like that.
Is that because of the fights you've had with him?
No, it's because that he's never boxed a southpaw. That's the first southpaw he's boxed in how long? It's maybe his whole career.
Johnny Nelson didn't hold back. Parker embarrassed himself. The way he spoke, the way he fought, everything screamed regret. It wasn't Fabio Wardley who truly broke him. It was his own pride shattering in front of millions. Nelson's words capture that perfectly. Parker mugged himself off. All that talk before the fight, the confidence, the promise is gone in one night. Now he's a man haunted by his own words, his own failure. You can almost see it in his interviews, the way he avoids eye contact, the forced smiles. Pride used to drive him. Now it's the weight holding him down. The fall from grace couldn't be louder.
Hey, listen, you got caught the head on the temple, and then after that it was a long night for him. I'm a bit sad because I didn't want him to go out like that.
Is that because of the fights you've had with him?
No, it's because that he's never boxed a southpaw. That's the first southpaw he's boxed in how long? It's maybe his whole career.
Carl Frosch didn't hold back, calling it exactly how fans saw it. That stoppage robbed Fabio Wardley of a defining moment, a chance to finish Joseph Parker properly. Frosch's comparison to his own fight with George Groves made it sting even more, because he's right, Parker was done. One more minute and Fabio would have sealed it without question. The referee's call didn't protect the sport, it protected Parker's pride. Deep down, Parker knows it too. The way his corner reacted, the silence in his face afterwards, it said everything. That wasn't a fighter saved, it was a career spared. Frosch's words reminded everyone what real grit looks like, what it means to take punishment and still fight back. Parker didn't show that. He got dominated, looked lost, and was seconds from being flatlined by a younger, hungrier opponent. Frosch's verdict left no doubt Fabio Wardley wasn't lucky. He was robbed of his rightful finish.
Too early. He was tired. He may have just robbed Fabio Wardley there of a great stoppage, which is what I was saying with me and Groves. It stopped a bit too early. If the fight was going to carry on, I would have got the conclusive finish. Fabio Wardley may have just got the finish.
John Fury's words hit differently, full of respect, passion, and raw honesty. He wasn't praising Joseph Parker, he was honoring Fabio Wardley's warrior spirit. Calling him a fighting man wasn't just a compliment, it was a statement about character. Fury has seen it all, champions rise, pretenders crumble, and to him, Fabio showed exactly what separates the two. He took punishment, stayed composed, and bit down when it mattered most. That's the definition of heart. Contrast that with Parker's performance, tentative, drained, and defeated long before the final bell. Fury painted the perfect picture. Parker may have landed shots, but Fabio absorbed them, adapted, and came roaring back. That's what real fighters do. You could almost hear the pride in Fury's tone he saw in Fabio, the same spirit that defines greats. Parker, on the other hand, looked like a man whose best days are gone, outworked and outclassed by someone who simply wanted it more.
Tour. Are we going to see this bum on the tour? I'm too old, man. Fucking too old and too rich. Fuck it. Too old and too rich and too grey. Just got to stay sexy, stay happy.
And when Duke McKenzie revisited the fight, he broke down just how badly Parker got it wrong inside that ring. Duke McKenzie didn't mince his words. Parker threw the fight away. It wasn't Fabio's power or speed that ended him, it was his own tactical collapse. Duke's breakdown echoed what millions saw that night. Parker never looked like he had a plan. No adjustments, no urgency, just confusion every round. In contrast, Fabio Wardley fought like a man possessed, fearless, sharp, and relentless. The great run of knockouts Duke mentioned isn't luck, it's preparation meeting purpose. Fabio knew exactly what he needed to do, and he executed it with precision. Meanwhile, Parker kept second-guessing himself, hesitating when he should have fought back. That's not tactical failure, that's mental defeat. Duke's comments felt like a post-fight eulogy for Parker's prime. You can sense the respect for Fabio's rise, but also the disappointment in seeing a once great heavyweight reduced to such hesitation. This wasn't just a loss, it was the final proof that Joseph Parker no longer belongs among the elite.
Parker, for me, the only thing that disappointed me about Parker was he threw it away. Because tactically, got his tactics all wrong. I know in heavyweight boxing, all heavyweights hit hard, but Fabio Wardley's on a great run of knockouts, right? Just knocking everyone out. Anybody put in front of me.
Joseph Parker's fall from grace has left fans divided, but one thing's certain, Fabio Wardley's rise can no longer be ignored. The fight exposed every crack in Parker's armor, the fading hunger, the shaky motivation, the lack of that killer instinct he once had. Fabio, on the other hand, looked like a man ready to take over the division. His composure, grit, and relentless drive reminded everyone what real heavyweight boxing is about heart, not hype. If Parker continues down this path, chasing paydays instead of pride, his legacy will be remembered not for his titles, but for how he fell. Meanwhile, Fabio's star keeps rising, and the boxing world is starting to believe he's destined for greatness. The question now isn't just about who's next for Fabio, it's about whether Parker can ever bounce back from the humiliation he brought upon himself. What do you think, is Parker finished? Or can he redeem himself before it's too late? Let us know your thoughts below.